teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Okay, ready?
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Another run here with Sanders. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
He was brought down by Drew Tranquil. An 8-yard pickup.
Bird sets up to throw it. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They'll come up now on second and a yard. Bird's a handoff to Sanders. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try to run forward with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Allen! Down Perrin, 73 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
19 Tigers.
From the gun, it's Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now an option play on 2nd down. Hurts fumbles it and picked up by the Chargers. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second and a yard, Herbert. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was something, and it wasn't good. In one play, you've gone from being in the red zone to maybe out of field goal range. Totally inexcusable.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Here's Herbert. At the 6-yard line. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Chargers have come back to make it a 2-point game. Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about
and now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. Back to throw here, Herbert. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And around the goal line, especially especially on two-point tries. Sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
A gain of 2 brings up second down at the 43.
Throwing again on second down. Hurts. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Throwing is Hurts. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make them punt it. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. A final shot before the break for Herbert. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So the Chargers will start the 2nd half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the 2nd half, Charles, remember in that 1st half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that 1st half.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Setting up to throw on 1st down. This is swung out to Eckler. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Herbert off of play action. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he gets him a little bit closer. Takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
There's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Now Herbert, third and goal. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. This one out quickly to Rodgers. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Hurts sets up to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. Hurts. And his throw here is incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped, surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And Pascal's got it. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Quick slant to Brown. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go.
Going for it with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run for Miles Sanders. And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fair catch. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here first and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 28-yard line.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So that, Charles, obviously just a game changer here in this fourth quarter, and they're an extra point away from stealing the lead.
And stealing is the absolute right word for it because that'll wake up your sideline, won't it, partner?
Well, there's still time remaining, but boy, I mean, you think about it, you go from an offense with a lead in the ball trying to salt things away to a completely different scenario now after the return for a score. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they have to try and move past that pick-6 because now they're dealing with a fourth-quarter deficit, and they need this drive to end in points. Flushed out right. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, second and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Now Herbert with it looking to pass. Forced out to his left. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Herbert. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. Second and 24. Herbert now. being chased out left. Herbert has it knocked free. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And the pressure gets to him again. Hassan Reddick. The offensive line is in tatters, as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. It'll be Hurts on the option. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 43-yard line.
That's caught by Palmer. On the move past the 40. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Herbert out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Up the middle with Eckler. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Herbert going to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Herbert to throw. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
On the other side, get that hands team running.
No doubt about it.
And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They had had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Okay, ready? Let's go!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. But I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.